Uplifters. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the post notification bell to be notified every time I upload. So, I'm talking about a topic that I kind of tiptoe around a lot. I kind of tiptoe around this topic, mainly because it's kind of uncomfortable still to talk about it. Like, I talk about so much stuff, and I bring awareness to so much stuff, but I've like not hit these maybe key points, or I want to talk about a topic that I've talked about, but sometimes I really kind of avoid it. I don't know why this is like extremely like kind of hard for me, because my goal is to bring awareness to a lot of things, and that's what I'm called to do. But this is hard. This is so hard. I was in a meeting a few days ago, and it was dealing with incest prevention, and you know, a lot of things like were brought up, and it really like opened my eyes even more, ways that we can help to prevent incest abuse, but also it's like to open people's mind, open people's eyes to what really goes on, and to make people think. Bringing awareness can be uncomfortable, it can be awkward, but it's needed, because that's the only way that things can change, if we bring awareness to it, right? So this topic, of course, like I'm dealing with incest, being incest survivor, sexual abuse survivor, being a survivor, period. This is like hard. It's like a hard, I don't know why it's so hard, but I want to talk about why is it hard to believe incest survivors. I don't know if it's necessarily that people don't believe the incest survivor, but they are in denial about what's really going on, because like it's my like when something is dealing with your family and you don't want to look at the bad side of what could possibly be going on in your family. You know, everyone has their skeletons, everyone has their issues and their darkness, or whatever they choose not to talk about, their secrets, and that includes families. Families can hold some deep, dark secrets, and those deep, dark secrets are so rooted from generation to generation that can cause so much pain and hurt, and it just bleeds on to the next generation. It bleeds on to everyone else, and everyone is affected or can be affected by it. So when I say like why, like, yeah, people may not believe the incest survivors, or they're in denial about it, but why? Why do we choose to ignore the signs, or choose to ignore the person that has come forward, or to believe the person that has come forward about what has happened to them? It's their story. It's their truth. So why not believe them? Everyone is not lying. Everyone is not. It could be one person that comes out with, you know, such and such touched me, or raped me, or molested me, or it could be multiple people, and people still are in denial about it. First thing as a family member or families have to do is accept the fact that your experience with someone is not the same as everyone else's. Meaning, somebody can be nice to you, right? They're nice to you, they treat you right, and then the next person come along, they can treat them wrong. And you can't be blinded by the fact that someone treats you good, that they can't treat someone else wrong, or treat them bad, or rape them, or molest them, or hurt them in any kind of way. You have to be accepting of that. And anyone is capable of doing anything to anyone. When we realize that will help to believe a survivor, to believe a victim. We can't just say like, oh well, that's my granddad, and I know that for a fact that he would not do that to cousin so and so, because he's a good man, he does this, he does that, he's in the church, he helps with the community, he loves kids. You can't do that, because like I said, anyone is capable of doing anything. And we have to stop turning a blind eye and stop just wanting to bash someone and hurt someone's feelings or make them feel less than because they come out about someone hurting them. And them being the victim is, it seems like the victim is always treated like they're the perpetrator, when the perpetrator gets like, oh, you know, like he just, or she's just, you know, like you know, not, you know, sticking, whatever terms that people use to justify someone's actions is not okay. And it always leads to their mental health, them just not being all there, or they don't know what they're doing. It always leads to that. So we justify that, people justify the fact of someone's actions because of what they've been through in their past, and it goes so deep, and we make excuses for people. When I say we, I'm not necessarily talking about me, but I'm using that in a general statement. We don't want to accept the fact that anyone is capable of raping and molesting someone in our family, that we just are in denial. We can't accept it. We in the back of our heads, we possibly like see the red flags and things come to our minds like, oh, well, they did this or they said this, and you don't want to face it. And just because you don't want to face it doesn't mean that it's not true. We have to hold the predator family member accountable for their actions. It's not just, oh, did you do that? Or you didn't do that? Okay, it's fine. I don't know why such and such is lying. And we've seen movies, we've seen shows where someone, like, we've seen this. And they're like, oh, well, they're lying. You know, they're a liar. And then it's like, oh, they are a liar. They lied about this. And it could be something so small that someone has lied about. And they'll make an excuse like, well, since they lied about that small little thing, they'll lie about you hurting them, so it's fine. I don't know I don't get how people can just sweep things under the rug like they never happened. They sweep the signs, they sweep the red flags under the rug, and they just don't care to hear the truth and to get to the bottom of the issues, to get justice for the one that has been hurt. I don't get it, and I don't understand, and I guess I will never understand how families can hold secrets so deep and allow a perpetrator to be around people, be around the victim or the survivor that they've hurt, and think it's okay. I'm going to just watch so-and-so, he's not going to do it again. I did this, I talked to him. No, we have to hold people accountable for what they've done to hurt somebody else. We have to help the victim or the survivor find their voice. We have to allow them to open up and be themselves and to talk about their trauma. Because if not, we're still in denial about it and we don't accept it, and it's always going to be you're looking down on them because you think that they're lying. Everyone is not lying about being abused. I don't know the statistics. I really don't care about the statistics. I know for a fact that a lot of times that someone says that they've been hurt by someone, it's true. It's a family member that has hurt them, and we're in denial about it, and we allow this family member to be around other people, and they've hurt, and it's like they just, some people, I'm not going to say all, it's a lot of times in families when if justice is not served for one person that has been hurt, then it'll go to someone else. The perpetrator will hurt someone else, and then they'll hurt someone else, and they'll hurt someone else, until someone finally speaks up and say enough is enough and it has to stop. And that's just, I don't know if it's proven or not, but I just know from experience, and I just know, period. I've seen things, I've heard things, so I know for a fact that can be the case sometimes. Just because someone has hurt someone once, don't mean they can't hurt again and hurt someone else. And there's generations of hurt and pain, and how can a family heal from that if we're putting the perpetrator not on a pedestal, but we're acting like nothing ever happened. We're not holding them accountable for what they did. Yeah, the person could have went to jail. They could have got beat up. Whatever happened, I don't know. I'm just saying in general. Those things could have happened, but when you're still treating the perpetrator like it's okay for what they've done, and you don't recognize what they've done, and you don't actually want to hear the side of the victim or the survivor, then what side or whose side are you really on? It should be about wrong is wrong and right is right. And when you hurt someone, the perpetrator has hurt someone, especially a family member. I'm not gonna say especially, because I'm not trying to make one situation worse than it's all bad. But when someone that you're supposed to trust, that you're supposed to, like, it's family, it's blood, you expect them to protect, to be there, to all these things that we expect from a family member, and they betray our trust, and they hurt us in such a way. It's deeper than what we could ever imagine if you've never been through it. Like, yes, we can empathize with people, and we could actually, like, put ourselves in their shoes and to feel what they feel. But when you act like nothing happened and you sweep things under the rug, and you think that it can't happen to your child, someone else in the family, a friend, or someone else's kids, like, that's where the problem starts. But it has to end. Why not believe the victim? The victim of incest, sexual abuse. Why not? Why not hold the perpetrator accountable? Why not get them put in jail? Get them real help? Why do we keep on babying perpetrators when we should be there for the victim? That's just something for us all to think about. And I know every situation is different. I know every family is different. But we just have to open our eyes that incest, sexual abuse is real. And it's never okay. It's never okay to blame the victim. It's never okay to sweep things under the rug. The term, or the quote, what goes on in this house stays in this house. It's not okay. Because it's toxic. It's hurtful. It's depressing. It causes mental problems. It causes so much pain and darkness that you can't even describe how painful it is to not get justice, to not be heard, to not be seen, to see your perpetrator every single day and nothing happens. You have to deal with it. It's not okay. And we have to start believing the ones that say, you know, granddaddy such and such, or uncle or cousin such and such, or grandma touched me and they hurt me. We have to start believing the victims, because 9 times out of 10, or 10 out of 10, they're telling the truth. And we have to stop being in denial about the truth. So that's all I have to say about that. And hopefully we can open our eyes and we can start accepting the hard, the nasty, the dark truth about sexual abuse in itself, but also incest, sexual abuse. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.